IAM, or Institute of Engineers Malaysia, is a very big organization with over 1,000 members nationwide. In Sabah, we have alone, I think we have about 2,000 members. Okay, and IAM Sabah branch is a learned institution whereby we promote excellence in engineering. We also encourage students to take up engineering for the common good of society, because there's a lot of things that engineers can do to promote well-being in society, to provide engineering solutions to otherwise probably other people say unachievable problems. As I always preach, any problem that comes to an engineer, we can always think of solutions and we can engineer it to find a solution. The good thing about being an engineer, by virtue of his education, his study and his training, we are trained to think logically and systematically. So in the end, we always provide solutions, not just solutions, alternative solutions to create a win-win as such. Yeah. I know a lot of parents nowadays do not encourage their students or their sons and daughters to take up engineering because of the heavy responsibility attached to it. As I always say, engineer can always be sued and can be jailed as well if there's a structural failure. That cannot be said for other professions. So as such, the liability on a professional engineer is very heavy. But having said that, if a student or engineer, if he has passion for his profession, the reward, the personal satisfaction, the professional satisfaction is always there. That cannot be found in other professions, because we are always held up to a higher level of professionalism than other professions. Basically because the attached liability to it will take us to our grave. We can be sued even when we die. They go after estate. Our past chairman, Datuk Engineer Haji Yahya, has done a very good job in bringing IEM closer to the government sectors. So because of his effort, you can see engineers in the private sector and engineers in the government sectors are speaking as one voice, and they're supporting each other. And that's very good, resulting in the government having great understanding and faith in the role of IEM Sabah branch. IEM Sabah branch can stand tall because we are always invited to sit in technical committees to give technical advice to government departments. So in general, to society, to the well-being of society. So our immediate past chairman has done that role very well. For me this year, I have noticed the impact and role of women engineers and young engineers in Sabah IEM Sabah branch. You can see the dynamism, you can see the new ideas that these women engineers and young engineers can bring into the institution. So for this year, I will do my very best to ensure to open up the door to a wider pool of engineers, young engineers and women engineers into IEM Sabah branch. By doing so, I'm quite sure we have new ideas, fresh ideas, which are good for the institution, which are good for the members as well, and also in the end for society, to help society, by reaching out to them what we can do as an institution, as a learning institution, even for social, corporate social responsibility. We also do that as well by being more inclusive than previous years. Recently, of course, we have a lot of NGOs coming up in newspapers talking about the good and bad about Pan Borneo Highway, and also about the TAD, Tanjung Aru Eco New Township, right? There are pros and there are cons, of course, for all these big projects, which will have environmental impact to the environment, definitely. Now, if we just listen to only one side of the story, if we support 100% the NGOs who are against this sort of development, then there will be no development, of course. However, being engineers, we tend to look at these problems objectively. We know that Pan Borneo Highway, if you build and cut across, for example, Kalopis area, which is flood prone, and this is a very hot topic nowadays. Either we don't build any road there, or we have a new alignment. But rest assured, being engineers, we will look at different roads or routes, which is the best alignment to run across a kampong, whether it creates flooding or traffic problem or congestions, or whether it damages the environment, or whether we cut down the hill too much or destroy the forest too much. So all these issues, sensitive issues, will be addressed and discussed, and the socio-economic impact and the cost-benefit arguments and proposals will be studied. And as I always said, being engineers, we look at solutions. Which is the best solution to tackle the problem, so we can engineer it. If you don't want to be controversial, then you only recommend the minimum. Support minimum development, small scale development. But then engineers are not just trained to do that. Engineers are trained also to look into projects or issues which have environmental impact, to promote development. If there are no engineers in town, you can see probably you have no water. Engineers design dams, pipeline to bring water to the general public. And by the same token, if you don't have development, you don't allow a road to be built across a floodplain or a jungle, then for you to reach from A to B, to bring development to the kampong folks, that is unimaginable. It cannot be done. So the kampong folks will not enjoy the modern amenities of life, as we always call it. So again, that's where the engineers come in. We look at the problem, we find solutions, we offer alternatives, and we let the big boss, the policy matters, politicians, to ponder over our feasibility studies, and for them to pick up the best options. If you don't do that, then we'll be forever subject to the first world country telling the third world, don't touch anything, preserve the green, don't destroy a forest. Whereas in first world country, they already clear all the forests, they already have built all the roads, all the basic infrastructure. Now they come around and tell us, third world countries, you cannot do that. So hopefully, being NGOs, being protection of the environment, you also at times have to think like engineers. For every problem, there is always a solution. there's of course a cost attached to it. Yeah, our role here is to try to provide alternatives to create a win-win. Right? The final decision, of course, will rest with the government of the day, whether they accept the proposal of